What's up, guys? Welcome to Sports Talk 101. In today's video, it's going to be a little different video. This video is about a serious event that everybody's been talking about, okay? The news just broke out, I believe, earlier this week. Maybe by Thursday or something. But earlier in this week, a lot of news broke out regarding Mel Tucker and the whole sexual harassment. So now I'm going to give you my take on this and the whole situation and my thoughts on this. First of all, Mel Tucker. What the hell did he do? Okay, let's start with Mel Tucker first of all. First of all, we'll talk about, in this video we'll talk about Michigan State, and we'll be talking about Mel Tucker, the implication of this, and future of Tucker's career, okay? Let's have the Spartans. Spartans, like many teams in Big Ten, have had issues. I know what with the Big Ten, and there's no Western. Obviously, Pat Virginia, the whole sexual thing, the harassment, what was it? What was it called? It's like a sexual thing. It's like hazing. Let's go. Thank you. Hazing. And no Western with the freshmen and all that football team all off season. They have the whole Michigan State with Nazar basically sexualizing and some with the gymnastics thing. Ohio State has something related to this. The whole wrestling thing at Ohio State. Penn State has something. The Big Ten, big thing in Big Ten. But hey, Mel Tucker, again, what the hell do you do? So basically what happened was, don't know, back in December, apparently Mel Tucker had what they're calling phone sex, basically masturbation. You can't have sex with phone, by the way. Back in December. Now, nobody knew about this back in December. Now, the investigation, I'm really surprised that this, has immediately back in December they were supposed to do, but they didn't. So, Alan Haller, the current allied director at Michigan State, has officially suspended Mel Tucker without pay. His hearing is set for October 5th. Now, the girl he had all this is Brenda Stacey, who happens to be against sexual harassment. I mean, she's filed multiple of them. Basically, Mel Tucker hired her to come and talk to the football team about this. Hey, about the sexual harassment thing. Don't do it. She's against it, all that. And after this happened in December. A lot of the story doesn't make sense. She could have. A lot of people say, "Oh, she could have hanged the phone up." Yeah, she could. Now, question: was this consensual? Did they agree to this? Now, was Mel Tucker was Mel Tucker so sure this happened? Was lying? Is denying this? Plausible? You also have the side. Look, you also have the legal side of things, and I would love. Hey, is any lawyers that maybe Washington may know about this topic, or have deal with this Title X? We'll get a second. Please comment below, lawyers, because I want to know what's the legal implication. Why could she just hang up phone? I want to know the legal implication for this too, because this is a big deal for Michigan State, especially for Mel Tucker. Which brings me to the next point. Mel Tucker's not a good coach. Okay, he's a great defensive mind. He's did a phenomenal job. He was a defensive coordinator. I believe on Saban back in Alabama. He was defensive coordinator under Kirby Smart. In 2019, gets hired to become head coach of Colorado, which is again a failure there. Comes into 2020, comes into MSU, hires in the career, terrible season. I mean, look. 2020 was a terrible year not just for Michigan State, but for all college football. 2020 was a weird year, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I'm making the benefit of the doubt for the 2020 year. I'm not going to, but so in 2021, right? 2021 is probably the best year of Mel Tucker. They go 11-1. They beat Michigan. They go on to win. I think it was Pittsburgh against Pittsburgh, who then at that time won the ACC. 2021, crazy. They're bringing Kenneth Walker for the transfer portal. Great. Kenneth left, released. He's off the NFL. 2022 comes 5-7. 2019 repeated season for Mel Tucker. He's just a terrible coach. I mean, look, He's had one great season. That's great because of Ken Walker. But I just don't know. Now he's supposed to pay without pay. So, though I still don't know exactly what his future at Michigan State, but keep in mind this: Michigan State, after the 2021 season, signed Mel Tucker to extend contract. It was 10 years for $10 million, which, by the way, is the worst contract in all college football. In all Power 5, the contract that's also worse than this has to be Texas A&M official. Now, I'm gonna give Texas A&M benefit of doubt. When they hired him, because he's coming off a national championship win back in 2014 with the Florida State. Okay, he's got that. Okay, so the Wiggins head coach. Okay, he's got the win, got the national championship, right? And okay, maybe that makes sense, right? And he's averaging 8 full wins a year. Obviously, last year been down here, but he's been averaging 8 wins a year, with for loss of the year, 8 full average every year. Wait, look, Texas A&M great. They recruit well. Number one class every year, more talented. Well, most years number one. Obviously, Alabama has some number ones too, but we most recently last 2 years has number one class. Really top 5, top 10 class every year. It's the most talented team. That's Texas A&M, okay? But look at Michigan State. Terrible team. Michigan is a terrible program. They're not recruiting top. They're not even recruiting. Where are they recruiting in the top? They're recruiting top 50. That's right, top 50. They're like about 48, 49. Let me see. They are basically not recruiting high level as Texas A&M or Michigan or Georgia, Ohio State, even Alabama, even at Texas or Florida State. So really, they're not recruiting well. But back to the Mel Tucker situation. First of all, so you hired this girl, Ben Lacey, to basically not allow teaching about sexual harassment, which I'll get to Title 9 in a second. What that is exactly. So that's the first thing, and then she could have handled them. I get that. The other thing is they do this since December. Why is this? The news just broke out. Okay, the news broke out last week. This is what Tucker and the state. I'm just a little shocked in this. Okay, that Michigan State should have handled this before it came out. Why didn't they? Okay, let's make it safe. That's all. We don't know a lot of things to the story. If Mel Tucker is telling the truth, or she's lying, or is it consensual? There's a lot of stories that this makes sense. Like I said, he was except for October 5th. As this story develops, actually, in the next few days, we're gonna find out who, is responsible for this. Like what's gonna happen to Mel Tucker. Also, the future of the team. But we also know the application. What's this? Do you sure did this? Or did it really happen? We still don't know. We'll find out later on. But right now, he misses with pay. I believe one of the assistant coaches. I believe one of the assistant coaches. Is going to take over as the interim head coach. I believe. Who's interim right now? Let's see here. I believe it was one of the assistant coaches. Now, let's see here. Yeah. Here it is. Harlan Barnett is the interim head coach or acting head coach. And then obviously we're hearing that Mark D'Antonio is coming back for some coaching stuff. So that's all we really know. And keep in mind, okay? And so that's what we know. This is who's going to say replace Mike Turner might be come back, okay? But keep in mind, the whole thing, like I said, remember, Brandon Chasey is a prominent national advocate for desexual. He's fired this campaign back in against him. So there's obviously an investigation going on. We still Don't know the true story of this, but like I said, investigation going on. They're suspended by pay. He won't be coaching, presumably at some point. If I'm Michigan State, fire him. I mean, look, if Michigan State can fire on him, this is what happens with Northwestern too. Because of the contract that Michigan State has signed to Mel Tucker, if they fire him, they don't have to pay him all the money they send him contract to. So that's one thing Michigan State can do if he's found guilty. Right? It's just this whole story is mind-boggling. But still, okay. Here, so here's the Title IX. This is a common law, a federal rights law in the United States that all university has it. Basically, or any education. Basically, it is it's part of the Education Amendment, which was passed in 1972. It basically prohibits sex-based discrimination in any school or any education program that receives funds from the federal government. Right? So the purpose, so according to Wikipedia, the purpose of, basically what it is of this Title IX of Education Amendment, which is obviously was up to date to the previous one of Title VII of Civil Rights Act 1964, which basically bans from discrimination in employment, not just mention education. So here's what it says here. So the following is an opening of the text of the Title IX. So no person in the United States shall, on basis of sex, be excluded from participation and denied beneath or subject to discrimination in any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. So that's actually what now Texas, Title IX is. So basically, we know what Texas is. We know this all the application. Now, what is the application future for Mel Tucker? He could get fired. We don't know. But like I said, this whole story doesn't make sense. But all we know, there's been sexual harassment with this Brandon Stacy, who's been an advocate for sexual assault survivors. Mel Tucker, what the hell are you doing? I mean, Michigan State, and this other thing now, there's Mel Tucker, look, has a world class career and coaching one of the worst Power 5, one of the worst Power 5 teams. Look, Michigan State is not a good team this year, okay? They were team last year, one good year. Before that, let's see. Mark Antonio was head coach prior to Mel Tucker. He was there until 2020, and then he just left Ashley right before National Signing Day, and then Mel Tucker came in and head coach from Colorado. But yeah. So I had thought to myself, who could replace Mel Tucker if he was to, with all this happening? I read this article. I'm not sure how much is true now, but we're going to read it together. So here you go. All this shocking. This is actually shocking turn of events. Fourth-year head coach. This is his fourth season. He's been suspended. So, like I said, 10-year, 95 contract since in 2021, right? So they basically this will be the third new head coach in Michigan State. If they were to replace Tucker, then will make the new head coach will come in, be the third new head coach in 2007. So 2007, you have Mark Antonio, right? He was there for a long time to 2019. Then you have now you have Mel Tucker. This will be a third coach to coach. So so here's some candidates. Some is maybe surprising, some is not, but we have Mike Illico at Duke. Okay, first of all, what is he doing at Duke right now is for now that program. Look, he has a 9-win season in his head coach debut 2022. Okay, he is Power 5 assistant. He has Notre Dame. He's been Texas A&M. But what Duke? He's a good coach. Okay, he had 9-win season last year, and then keep in mind 2023. Guess what he does? He beats Clemson on Monday night in Week 1. Great win for Duke, by the way. Upset at home, but upset win for Duke. But he's a decent coach. Then Pat Narduzzi, at Pittsburgh. You have Mike. Listen, Mike. You have Lance. Leopold of Kansas. And then Mike Central. There's another current DC at Wisconsin. Now, I think Mike Central could go back to Potter. He has connection. Remember, he was a Christian coach over a decade. He was the DC, I believe, under Mark D'Antonio at some point. He was the defensive coordinator under Mike D'Antonio for some time. But he was there, defensive coordinator. He has some connection to Michigan State. It makes no brainer. See him. Obviously, you've talked about Mike D'Antonio coming back, Mark D'Antonio coming back to coach the Spartans. If you have Son Lewis of Colorado. So these are some of the candidates I'm seeing named. You have other candidates. Obviously, could Harrington Bennett, the current interim head coach, could he become the head coach? Could it be, or could Mel Tucker, return back to Michigan State as head coach? But this actually gives Michigan State a leeway. This is what happened with Pittsburgh. They fired him because of this whole social thing. And he's been in the program for a long, long time. And no, it's a terrible team. Maybe 1, 2, 3 good years under him. But, yeah, only 1 year under Mel Tucker was good. And that was 11-1 season. Back to 2020, that's the 2021 season. But the point is, this is a good sign for Michigan State. Well, not a good sign for Michigan State, actually. Sorry. A good sign if you are, it's not a good sign for Michigan State. It's not looking good for Michigan State. But it's good because you can use this actually to fire Mel Tucker and avoid paying him that amount of money it's crazy, it's ridiculous money. He's making anyways mistake for no reason. Only had 1 good year. Other than that, this whole look as this goes, as news updates. I'll make a video about it, but I'll make one video to October 1st. That's when the hearing is going to be. But I don't know what to say. I'm just out of words, but this is. Comment below what your thoughts on this, please. This is a mind-boggling situation. But anyways, like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button. Please hit the notification button anytime. If you hit that button, it alerts you anytime a video comes out. If it goes live, we hope I may go live at some point. But anytime we'll hit a video that comes out, please hit the notification button. You know when I go, video gets posted. Liking, subscribing, like my content. Please subscribe. Liking also really helps the channel out. It really does help the channel. And spread the news. Spread the channel out. Also, I have, by the way, good news. I have a Twitter account, which I will be linking now below this video. So below this video, you'll see me linking my Twitter account. I'm gonna try to do my best. Like I said, I'll make a video about this. But anyways, I think I made a video about this earlier about my website. But I'll make again maybe in future. But I'm talking too much. But anyways, it's been a ride for me. Okay, I'm supposed to sign out. I'll see you next video. Peace.